It's understandable that you might need a little help pronouncing some of our names. Specifically, my name, Uzama.
Okay, I know I'm not an Igbo guy or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of Uzoma. It's definitely not a U, it's U, and it's definitely not a Za. Uzoma. It's a player for the Cincinnati Bengals. He came out with a video recently. All the sportscasters, they've been pronouncing his name wrong. He happens to be this Igbo guy that happens to be on Cincinnati Bengals. And he puts out this video. It was like a PSA, pretty much telling everyone how to pronounce the name. So let's check this out really quickly.
And welcome, national media. It's so exciting to have so many of you covering our team.
The Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Are the Cincinnati Bengals the best team in the AFC North?
Like, this is a team we need to watch and we need to respect.
But with so many of you being here that are new, it's understandable that you might need a little help pronouncing some of our names. Specifically, my name, Uzama.
It is Uzama shredding the defense.
Uzama.
These guys are CJ Uzama. We've had him on.
Uzama.
CJ Halsomont Uzoma.
Okay, it's Uzama.
I know the tight end Uzama.
Uzama?
Yeah, actually played with him for a year, yeah.
Played with me for a year, still doesn't know how to pronounce my name. What?
And then the pronunciation is
Hello,
there. It's
and
he
welcome
puts Uzama. And I watched that. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not an Igbo guy or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of Uzoma. It's definitely not a U, it's U, and it's definitely not a Za. So I thought it was kind of weird that this guy went through all this trouble, right, to correct people, and it appears he can't even pronounce his last name, which is something that's very common among Nigerian Americans that grew up here in the United States. Some even know how to pronounce, and they kind of Americanize their names. And I find that to be kind of disappointing. Why do we do that? We do it all the time. And I'll admit, I used to kind of do it at one point. I wouldn't say I did it, but my name is Corey. And people will call me Corey. And there was a time where people ask my name and I'll just say Corey just because I didn't want them to start saying, huh? And just to avoid, having to, repeat the name. This was like back when I was in college. I stopped that a while ago. Now I say my name. Even when I'm on a call with customer service, I say my full name, my last name, Corey. And my last name is longer and a little bit more complicated. But I say it, I know it's going to trip them up every time I say it. Because I say it and they're like, can you spell that? And I try to be patient. I try to give them grace. I understand that people, it's a different language and people aren't used to certain dialects and certain intonations. So I give people the grace. And I try to be as patient as possible. Now, a lot of times I still tell people Corey, and they hear Corey, and I ignore. I don't always. I'm not one of those guys that feel like they need to always correct you. Like, oh no, you need to. No, I don't. I get the idea, and if you tried, fine. If you tried and failed, that's fine too. Like, if you're not someone I'm going to be necessarily in contact with all the time, then I'm just going to move on. Like, I don't need to make a point every time because I see some people do that too. Where they feel like they need to make a point. Very annoying people. But usually I try to correct. If it's a Nigerian person, I take exception to that. Especially if it's a Yoruba person and they want to start calling me Corey. I said, no, it's Corey. Especially if you grew up Nigeria as in a Nigerian household. But there are a lot of Nigerian Americans, African born or African raised Americans that Americanize their names. The ones that I even hate the most are the ones like you see on Facebook. People will change the spelling of their name and they'll put like Holu Bukolar.
Not going, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going, nah, it ain't going to work.
And I'm like, why? Why do we do that? You know, all these people that come out talking about white supremacy, people that do that, you're doing more to propagate white supremacy than the actual so-called white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? Like, take pride in your name. Why do you have to colonize your name every time? It's annoying, man. And, you know, this guy, I'm not, you know, I think his name is CJ Uzoma. You know, it's possible that this is, like, I don't know if he's necessarily doing it on purpose and like trying to like Americanize it. It's possible that that's just how he always pronounces his name. It's very possible. And maybe he just doesn't know. And that's okay too. You know, but I think now Nigerians have been correcting him on Twitter. Like they came for him. Igbo people came for him and like they were like, who's this person that doesn't know how to pronounce his name? Like they've been coming for him. So I'm not necessarily going to assign any kind of like I'm not saying that's what he was doing, but I see a lot of people doing that. People that know better that are doing that. People that Johnny just come, we just land like 1 year ago. Go down, then go down, they try remix their names. Why? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with you? You know, and I'm hoping he at least learns how to pronounce it well because it's important that we maintain our cultures. These little things matter. They matter. They go a long way. And Arnold Schwarzenegger came to this country, man. He didn't change his last name. He kept his last name. As complicated as that spelling word was. You know what I'm saying? And I think we should be able to do the same. We should be able to take pride. We should stop trying to I get it. We have to assimilate to an extent. But you shouldn't, if there's one thing you shouldn't compromise on, it's your name. It's your name. We can't keep diluting our names. You know, that's another form of diluting your heritage. Before you know it, this guy is telling his own children it's Uzama. And then now he's telling them, and before you know it, in America, the pronunciation of this name will be officially Uzama without anyone batting an eye. No, we can't let that happen. We need to call these things out. And I don't think he honestly, I really don't think he knows. I think he just doesn't know any better. And maybe that's just how he chooses to pronounce it. And that's all well and good. But if that's how you choose to pronounce it, then don't make it out to be like some kind of Nigerian Igbo name, you know, because that's not what it is. When you change the intonation of some of those syllables, it loses its meaning. It does. That's what happens. You know, I don't think there's anything like Uzama in Igbo language. I don't think it exists. You know, so it matters. It matters. Forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you later. Thank you all.